Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Feet flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
keep playing hard. Check, 380. You guys, listen. Check. 58, the mic. Go. Check. Watch the twist. Whip. Friday. Wide, get wide. Kill. Right.
On first down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Touch 50. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming.
To throw is Wilson. Gonna throw again. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check nine.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got him. Big ass. Watch the safety creep. Hey, 0. Kill. Check. Showing it. Under 10. 10.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Mike, 58, right there. I'm on. And 58 is a Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, "There are no medals for trying." And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two, you got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out.
58, the Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
4 down. I'll go special. Safety. Watch twist.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down the distance count.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive line.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Philip Lindsay taking it in. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Like 20. Double. Check it out.
Going quickly here to Thomas.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Jack 16. Jack 16. Switch. Hey.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Alert. Right there. 56. Switch it. Come on. Hey, echo. 56. No spacing. 56. Check 56.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
You ain't doing nothing today. You're set. 58's the mark. 58's the mark. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cameron Hayward able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, alert. Hey, alert 3. He's checking.
Here's Wilson to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On 2nd down, Mixon. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Joe Mixon taking it in. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Come on, let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go now. 58's the mic. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Hardman. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
14, 14, got it. Hey, turn it up. Kill. Check three. Bang.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Mike's 56. Watch 50. Watch the screen. No. Why they
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
All right, now. White 80. 56, right there. 56. Yeah, that's what I do. Solid, 5 down. Alert. These 2. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. It's our field. No spacing. Hey, it's our house. Mike's 50.
Here's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch. Check 43.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Get him, boys.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Calais Campbell able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
56 to Mike. 56 is Mike.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Then he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
That was a nice grab, Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
That's complete to John Ross. That one good for 26 and a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
No gain on the play. It's now third down and 1.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. On third down, Mixon. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On second and 9, Roethlisberger, and it's caught, the tight end Hill. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56, Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
McManus's point after is good, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Throwing on first down. Wilson. Airing it out deep for Smith. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it'll bring up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56. No spacing. 56. Down to lose one.
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up fourth down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Now Wilson on first down. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run. And
they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Ryan Anderson, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
56 is the mic. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Wilson now to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Chris Harris on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
Hey, 0.
He's coming. We got double up.
Let's go, 4 down.
You got time.
There's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball, at least a few.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift. Check.
Focus. Hey, wahoo! No spacing. Black and turn.
Roethlisberger. This taken in by Jakeem Grant.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Exit. At the 33-yard line. 56. Mike. Right there. 56.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, Jude.
56.
No spacing.
56. Right there. 56.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he locates Josh Hill. Complete.
Here we go.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tighten down. There you go. Check 9. There. Switch. Big edge.
Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Come to our world. We want it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught by Davis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Boswell's kick is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Keep it up. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
58. Mike, 58, right there.
Get that quarterback. Good job right there. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check it.
Wilson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And looking at it from the perspective